G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Richie here. Now you wouldn't believe this, but actually driving out here, it's really gloomy weather, looked like there's going to be thunderstorms. And then I've gotten out here and the skies have just opened up and it's beautiful blue skies. I can just hear the cicadas starting to come out. It's getting close to summer now. Got the beautiful sun behind me here. What a dream. And we've just got a couple hours this afternoon, taking it pretty easy, but are you able to send me some luck from the future? Let's do this. Let's see if we can find some treasure out here. It's the most gorgeous evening now. I cannot believe the weather's turned. So yeah, let's see if we can use the rest of this gorgeous sun we have behind us and find some treasure, hey? Let's get into it. Okay folks, well, here's target number one. It's got a nice little signal in it. I'm actually just using the little gold monster today because my GPZ is with Coiltech because I've been having a few little problems with it. But hopefully it'll be back in action soon. So target number one, this little bit of quartz with a little bit of gold in it. We'll crush it up when we get home. I'm not going to bore you guys with every single target that I dig because there is quite a bit of trash out here. So if I find some more gold targets, I'll show you. I've got some beautiful wildflowers down here. And I've also got another piece of gold. So just in this really ugly looking piece of quartz. It's a pretty soft signal in there, but it's definitely a very mineralized bit of quartz, so that'll be gold for sure, albeit small. So that's number two. So yeah, let's see how many we can tally up here today. Beautiful afternoon, like I said. A better day you could not get. It's good just to take a moment just to have a look at the scenery, just the sun shining through the trees, lighting up the lime green leaves. Wowee, how special is that? Well folks, target number three here. Now for those who get out with a gold monster, you probably have had screaming signals over pieces of slate like this. And that's the exact same experience that I just had now. And I was just about to throw it away into the bush with frustration. And then I noticed that just on the end of it here, if I could get any focus at all, just on the end of it here, we have this little quartz band. I don't know if you can see that, but just there, I reckon there's a little quartz band. And when I hover it over the detector, that's the section that's actually pinging. So yeah, we'll go home and we'll clean that up. And if I can see any visible gold, of course, I'll keep it like that because that would be an awesome specimen. I don't think I've ever found a specimen that's on a piece of slate before. That'd be cool. But if not, I'll crush it up and see what's in there. So how exciting. Happy days, mate. Get in. So I reckon that's number three for the afternoon. Sun is starting to go down now. I hate to overstate it, but gee whiz, it's a bloody ripper of a night. Do it. Go. Do it. Oh, man. Go. Do it. Yes. Oh, good God. There it is. Oh, man. Mission. What a mission. Now, just while this is bubbling away, I thought I might share a story with you guys. Don't worry, that is clean water. It's just been a little while since I've made a cup of coffee out in the bush and I accidentally put the coffee in first and realised that wasn't going to work too well. So it's got a little bit of flavour at the outset, but that's okay. So yeah, while I'm making my coffee here, I thought I might share a little story with you guys. The location that I'm in today is a location that I've been coming to for probably the last 4 or 5 years, and it's a location where I found a fair bit of gold, mostly small gold. I've never really found anything big out here, but one thing that I notice is that every time I come out here, it's very clear to me that there's been more and more people out here digging around and finding gold, which is fine. But for those that prospect, I'm sure you know that feeling where you wish you could just keep these places to yourself. Anyway, so yeah, just noticing that there'd been other people out here, it threw me back to a story that I read ages ago, and the story is from Bendigo in 1852. And for those that aren't aware, the gold rush started on Bendigo Creek in 1851, I believe by a woman named, well, it's a fair bit of conjecture around it really, but by a lady named Margaret Kennedy, I believe, from in 1851. And I might get this wrong, but I believe she may have been the wife of escapes my memory, people who work sheep, people who look after and raise sheep. What's that called? Oh, damn. I swear I'm getting dementia. I've got 2 little kids. I feel like I lose the capacity to use my brain as the weeks and months go on. Anyway, so I believe her name was Margaret Kennedy, and she found gold in Bendigo Creek in 1851. Yeah, the rest is history, I guess. But I was reading in a Bendigo history book. Oh no, my fire's gone out. Sorry about that. The fire was going out. I had to tend to it. Anyway, I was reading a story. Mind the smoke there if you're catching some of that. And the story was from 1852. It was in an old Bendigo history book. I think that was written in like the 1960s. Anyway, long story short, the story goes that they're 1852, so the rush has been on for a good 12 months, but there's still plenty of gold to be found. And there's a little gully not too far from Bendigo, because as you may be aware, pretty much every gully in the Bendigo region was a success for those times. So you can only imagine the amount of gold they pulled out of there. Anyway, there was a fella, I can't remember his name, but he was in this gully working it, and he dug down to 4 feet and he found a gold nugget. I can't remember the name of it, but I want to say it was 350 ounces. It was a massive gold nugget. And there is some conjecture, because I actually looked up this story online after I read it, and I couldn't find anything to corroborate it, but I read it, so I'll share it with you guys. Anyway, so he finds this gold nugget at 4 feet deep in a state of excitement and mania. He passes out, and they drag him off to the closest makeshift hospital tent or medical tent on the goldfields. He comes to a few hours later. I think it's night time by this point. Races back to the hole, has a look in there, and he quickly finds that it's been completely taken out. The nugget, all the material's been taken out. And the book described the type of person that did it, and I think it was called a candlelight digger. So that must have been people who, by candlelight at night time, snuck around to the shafts that were being opened up. If they heard that there was something rich, snuck around to the open shafts and took out the material in the dead of night, I suppose. So the story goes that he went back, the nugget was gone, the hole had been cleaned out, and this guy was absolutely distraught, and then fainted again and got taken back to the medical tent again, and then apparently never recovered emotionally from that, and spent the rest of his days wandering around the goldfields declaring that he was the guy who found this massive gold nugget, and lost his mind. And then the story goes on to say that after that he was riding around in the bush on a horse, I don't know, intoxicated or something, and he crashed into a tree, smashed his head, and got brain damage. So, smoke. Damn, smoke is taking me out here. But anyhow, so that's the end of this fella. Now, I don't know how this makes sense, but apparently, again, in this book, may not be true, but apparently, this same gold nugget turns up, claimed to be found by another digger. So this nugget is sold to the government of the time, and then actually is gifted to the Queen Victoria at the time, as a gift, and it's coined the Victoria Nugget. So I don't know, there's a few contradictions in the story. I don't know how that makes sense, but I thought it was a pretty funny story, and I guess a bit of a sad story too, for this poor fella, if it is in fact true. So the moral of the story, and the reason that I'm sharing this story with you guys, is because if you have had the situation where people have gone, to spots that you found and they've found gold that you've missed, don't feel too bad, because I'm guessing that you probably didn't leave behind a 380 ounce gold nugget, and I'm assuming that subsequently you didn't go on to acquire a brain injury. So so count yourselves lucky, and enjoy the gold that you have found and the areas that you have found. Or get pissed off, whatever makes you happy. Well, I'm going to enjoy my coffee here. I'm going to take in this beautiful sunset that I've got underneath these ironbark trees, and we'll head on home. We'll crush up this gold and see what we've got. I hope wherever you are, you can take a few moments this summer to enjoy what our beautiful country has to offer. Okay folks, well, we're home now. I've cleaned up that piece of slate, and I think that definitely is a quartz seam along the edge of it there. Unfortunately, I can't see any visible gold, but it is sort of blanking out the detector, so we'll have to crush it up along with the other two and see what's in there. Hang tight. Well, not quite as big as I hoped they might be, but they are cute little pieces of gold, so there you have it. We'll chuck these on the scales and see what we've got. And there we can see 0.3 of a gram, so not too bad. What's that, like? Yeah, about $70 Australian. So yeah, a really beautiful afternoon out in the bush. It's the next day now, but I've got plenty of more trips planned over the next little bit. Get the GPZ back, hopefully find some bigger pieces, but have just as much fun. So as always, thank you for following along. Really appreciate the support, and have some fun. Enjoy the views out there, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.